We are live from Taft Field at Fairfield Ludlow High School, and it's varsity football. It is the FCFL, and we are underway. So glad to have you with us this afternoon. Fairfield Ludlow has the football, and Fairfield is going to go down inside the 20-yard line. What a start to the season for the Fairfield Falcons. They've been waiting since November to get the year going, and finally they do in grand fashion. What a start for Fairfield Ludlow. And they will start way down. The ball is placed on the 17-yard line. It's Fairfield and Westport, the FCFL, kicking off this weekend. I'm Aiden Blanc. It is a pleasure to have you with us. We apologize that we couldn't get this game live. We'll have it live for you next week. From the shotgun, here we go. Fairfield and Westport. Chamberlain, a quick pass. He dumps it down low, and they're inside the 15-yard line. A great start for Fairfield. Tremendous field position. They're inside the 15-yard line. Another pass out of the shotgun. He will take it and run, and he's hit at the line. Now it's Staples' turn to go a little crazy. And we do not have a clock because there is no booth access today, hence why we are not able to do it live. So they're down to the 16-yard line. Another run. Not much gained. Fairfield quarterback by Kyle Chamberlain. He's number 4. And obviously this feels like a little bit different than high school football, but it's good to see 11-on-11 football. Couple of big personnel changes. Drew Buckley and Chris Chamberlain come in. It's Kyle and Chris under center on 4th down. Handoff. Did he get enough? The Falcons think they did. And the referee signaled that they did, so Ludlow keeps the football. I need a wider shot. I'm calling it off. This laptop is... Chamberlain from the shotgun, back to throw. The backfield empties. He takes off down the middle. Chance, and he's in! Just a few plays into the season, and Fairfield is on the board. It's 6-0 Falcons. Kyle Chamberlain on a QB keeper. And Ludlow takes the first lead of the new season. They set up to kick. Nolan Izzo, number 17, is out to kick it for Fairfield Ludlow. You want to call him Fairfield Ludlow. Technically you can't, but we'll try to do our best anyway. It is through, and that's how the first possession goes. So 7-0 Fairfield on top. It's a Fairfield team that is going through some changes. 2 years ago, they had a whole bunch of upperclassmen that really drove this team to one of their best 2-year stretches in history. And then last year, they didn't do so hot. And they're trying to avoid declining back to what they used to be. And, of course, Dr. Mitch Ross, usually the coach at Fairfield Ludlow High School, now the coach of the Fairfield Falcons. You can see there are no fans in the stands today. As As we get ready to kick things off, we will know at the end of the quarter when the quarter is over. I wish I could tell you time. Hopefully we'll be back in the booth next week, but we are ready to go. Fairfield will kick it. Izzo set to kick. Back for the Wreckers is Cam Mata. It's picked up, returned, off to the far side, and plenty of space. He draws it out just inside the 30. We're working with very primitive rosters. We have some rosters, not all, but we're working with primitive rosters right now. And so out come the Wreckers for their first possession. If you're just joining us, the Falcons with an early score. They got a big kick return that brought them inside the 20. And a few plays later, they were into the end zone on a run from Kyle Chamberlain. Interesting game because this is technically a team with Staples players. And both Kyle and Chris Chamberlain played for the Staples Wreckers a few seasons back. They transferred last year and had to sit out a little bit. They couldn't play until Thanksgiving, and so this is technically really their first game with this Ludlow team. From the shotgun on, first down and 10, the Wreckers with a play fake, airing it out on the near side. This is a big ball that is caught. He cuts back. He's got room to run, and he's brought down to the 15-yard line. Offense has dominated so far. What a grab. And so we go again. From the shotgun, Staples quarterback by by Grant Harriet to the near side, and they're down to the 10-yard line. Caught by Cam Mata, his first reception of the day. It'll be second down, and we're going to call it 2 or 3. Normally we'd have the scoreboard to tell us, but needless to say, not an option here. From the gun, handoff, cut back, plenty of space for Jack Curran, the running back. Is he in? No, he was about a yard short, maybe a few inches. Just a few inches short there. And here we go again. Curran in the backfield. Harriet from under center now. First time they've done that. He's going to take it himself. Gets the extra push. And he falls into the end zone for a Wrecker touchdown. So both quarterbacks getting action on the first drive of the season. They both scored touchdowns in their opening drive. And now the Wreckers out to kick and tie it at 7 apiece. Not much defense from either end. Both of these teams getting big gains. Ludlow's off the opening kick return, and Staples just 2 plays in with a long ball down the near sideline that put him inside the 20. To kick for the Wreckers, very hard to spot. It's 18, and again, we're working with very, very primitive rosters, so we're not quite sure who's kicking it. It is in. So 7-7, first quarter. The Falcons and the Wreckers, you can't call them Ludlow and Staples. That's what we're all thinking, but you can't call them Ludlow and Staples. They're not affiliated with either school. Neither is any other team in this league. Earlier today, Darien 36 and the Fairfield Mustangs, normally Fairfield Ward 0. And coming up at 4:30 is the second game of our day, featuring St. Joe's and New Canaan. Seven to 7, Mustangs and the Falcons. Here on the Falcons Sports Network. Wanted to say Falcons Sports Network. It's the FCFL Digital Network, and we'll be live streaming next week. Ludlow is playing St. Joe's next week. I assume they'll be home, since St. Joe's was not allowed to use their field this weekend. So we're going to kick it off again. And it's returned by Drew Buckley. Hit at the leg, and just in front of the 15-yard line is where the Falcon offense will take over. So now we get to really see how this Falcon offense can do, because we didn't really see them on that first possession very much. A couple of runs, a couple of passes, but they had such good field position to start that, you know, it didn't really make much sense to, it didn't really give us a look at their full offense. Now we get a chance to see how they're going to move the offense this season, and for 6 games and then potentially some more in the spring. Alrighty, so Chamberlain is out of the gun. Ronnie Labraciano is in the backfield with him. They're trying to set up on the line of scrimmage. They needed a new football. Couldn't tell you whether that's because of COVID policy or whatnot. Again, we're tied at 7. Both teams scoring on their opening possession. From the gun to the near side, it's complete to Drew Smith, and he's pushed out to the 30. That should be good enough for a first down. The chain gang is not moving. They're just short of a first down on the near side. So we'll call it second down and a yard. They got to get to the 30. Chamberlain once again from the gun. Takes the snap, back to throw, to the outside. It's caught by Micah Naimo, and he should be good for a first down. Yes, it is. So move the chains for the 3rd time today. Fairfield Ludlow converts. Seven to 6. 7 to 7 rather. Fairfield and Westport. This time a handoff. Labraciano up the gut. It's a gain of about 7 or 8, and it's going to be very close to that first down marker. Not quite to it, though. Chamberlain looking very comfortable out there for his first start with this Fairfield Ludlow group. He's back to throw. Backfield empties. Quick pass to the far side. Complete. It's grabbed by Jack Morrison. It's good enough for a first down, and it's good enough to get him across midfield. First down on the 49-yard line of Staples. So Ludlow moving into offensive territory. They're really moving the football very well. And we'll do it again. Beg your pardon, that's Stanham Feldman that's been in the backfield. And Chamberlain is sacked for the first time today. He's brought down with a big hit from the Staples line. They were able to break through. It looks like a loss of about 5 or 6 yards. Second down and 18 from my calculation. He's back to throw. Pressure over the middle. It's incomplete, and it was nearly intercepted. The Staples line, a couple of guys got their hands up, but were not able to get their hands on it, so it's third down and long for Fairfield. Once again, they set up out of the backfield with Feldman this time off to the near side. And again, the backfield empties. Scrambling. Flag is down. It's incomplete to the near side, and it was just beyond the reach of that Wrecker defender. We're still unsure who that is, but it was just beyond the reach of him. It's holding. The first penalty of the season. And it keeps Ludlow, or Fairfield rather, on the field. Again, Fairfield and Westport, the Fairfield County Football League, the senior division. And it kicks off this week, should be going for the next 6. Back to throw. Pressure. Hit as he throws. It's complete to the near side. What a grab by Mike Anaimo. He cuts to the near side, gets into open field, and they convert on third down and 18. It was back-to-back sacks, but one of them was negated because of a penalty. They got to redo the third down, and because of it, they moved the chains up, so they actually converted on 3rd and 13. But Anaimo makes the grab, and now Ludlow looking to bring some offense into it. It's a direct snap to Buckley. Down the middle, and a good gain, pickup of about 3 or 4 yards. Again, it's all approximate at this point because we have no scoreboard. We have no public address to help us out, but we're doing the best we can. So once again, they go with 2 in the backfield. Another direct snap to Buckley, running to the far side, past the 35, inside and off to the 33. It looks very much like it did in the Darien Ward game this morning. A lot of hitting. Guys have been quarantined for months. They haven't hit since Thanksgiving of last year, a lot of them, especially these two teams. So they're eager to get out there, and they may be a little too eager, although football's been pretty clean so far. Feldman in the backfield. Chamberlain complete to the near side. Anaimo pushing forward down to the 25-yard line, so not quite to the first down marker. They're going to have a third down, but manageable, much more manageable than the 3rd and 18 and then later 3rd and 13 that they just faced. It is 4th down. I was off by a down. So Chamberlain from the backfield. They're going to send 3 wide. And 1 receiver, Drew Smith to the near side. Chamberlain down the middle, and he's hit. It'll be a turnover on downs. Westport's going to take over as they get the stop. It looks like there's a Ludlow student section that's off to the far side sitting in the stands. And you love to see that. Haven't seen fans at a football game in a long time. So here come the Wreckers. Connor Adrian is, Grant Harriet is their quarterback, and a handoff for a few yards down the middle. Close to the 30, just short of it. Harriet with that one big pass earlier in the drive and then ran later in that first drive for a touchdown. And now he sets up with a man in the backfield. Split receivers. He runs down the middle. He's not going to get much, maybe to the 30. If he's lucky, he got a yard out of that play. So third down, and we'll call it 7 or 8 for the Wreckers. Actually, maybe closer to 5 or 6. Harriet's claps. Takes the snap. Pressure coming. Sacked. Evades the sack. And he's hit again. It's going to be a loss in the long run, but a great shot by Grant Harriet. Evading a couple of tackles. There is a flag on the play. Stop. Stop now. So they're going to redo the down. And they do move the down marker, so they will not redo the down. It is fourth down, and that's something that we're going to learn from this year. Is there's going to be a lack of communication between everybody out on the field. The Wreckers do send out their punt team with Drew Buckley back to return. The Falcons and the Wreckers, Fairfield and Westport. Good old Fairfield County rivalry in the FCFL, week number 1 of the senior division. Buckley about to return from about the 40. It's going to come up way short. Bounces just past midfield. It rolls. He's going to return from the 36. He's going to get a big gain just short of midfield to the 48-yard line. And out comes Fairfield. So just moments after giving up the football, a turnover on downs. Kyle Chamberlain comes out, and he goes right back to the sidelines. We're done with a quarter. 7-7. What a game we've seen so far. Fairfield hanging tough with a very good Westport team. Both teams matching each other with turnovers on their second drives after touchdowns on their first. End of a quarter in week 1 of the Fairfield County Football League. Back on a glorious Saturday at Taft Field. Good to have 11-on-11 football back in the state of Connecticut. If only for a few weeks, and again, there will be an 11-on-11 season for now at some point in the spring, probably around February, the very end of the month. So Ludlow has the football from the 49. Quick pass, caught to the near side. Feldman diving forward, was able to kind of get himself back up, but then he was hit by a gaggle of navy blue uniforms, and it may even be a loss of a yard or two. Again, neither of these teams allowed to affiliate with their schools, so Fairfield is using players from Fairfield Ludlow, Staples. Their players would be playing on Westport. The snap, the handoff. Big run for Feldman. He'll pick up any yardage he lost on that last play and then gain a little bit. We'll call it a gain of 2, and we'll call it 3rd down and 8 for the Falcons. Ball placed on the near hash. Chamberlain sets up from the gun. Backfield empties, forcing it to the near side. Oh, and it was just out of the reach of Luca Iannone. He had a hand on it, but couldn't quite get 2. It was just over his head, so they're going to face a 4th down and 8. Very early in this second quarter. So 4th down and 8. The backfield empties. Chamberlain feeds it over the middle. It hit a lineman, and it's deflected and incomplete. So another turnover on downs. The second of the day for Fairfield. And that'll bring the Wrecker offense out for a 3rd possession. They are 1 for 2. Scored on their first drive and punted away. A 3 and out on their second. And out to the field comes Grant Harriet. Ran in, the only touchdown of the Wreckers' day so far. They're going to send 2 receivers to the wide, off wide to his right. That's Constanti and another who we're not sure about. Trey Wilson is near. Pressure coming. Harriet evades. And he's going to escape and get some yardage past midfield. What a gain. Grant Harriet evasive out of the pocket. He was able to escape. The second time today he's evaded near disaster. And they got the ball on the 48-yard line. Harriet with a man in the backfield. That's Jack Curran. Snap, pressure again, and another nasty hit in the backfield. It's going to be a big loss for the Wreckers. He dumped it off to Curran just out of desperation, and Ludlow's done a very good job putting pressure on the Wrecker quarterback. He was forced to dump it off to Curran, who was run all the way back, and they marked the ball on the 46. 3rd down and 13. 3rd down and 13. Harrison, near side, forced to run. Couple of good moves, past midfield, short of the 45. They'll call it the 46. And a 4th down for the Wreckers. They punted last time. They will stay on the field for this one. But there was a flag, so they're going to redo the down. And this is going to be a really long 3rd down. They're all the way back to the 40. They have to get, I beg your pardon, they're all the way back to the 30. They have to get to the opposing 42, so you're going to expect a big pass here. The second one we'll see today from the Wrecker quarterback, Grant Harriet. The man in the backfield is Jack Curran. 2 receivers near and 2 off to his right. Claps takes the snap. The backfield empties, draws it out. Far side. It was beyond the reach of the receiver. It's incomplete. Now it's 4th down, and the Wreckers will punt. So Ludlow's going to get the ball, or the Falcons will get the ball in a very good field position. The last time they had that kind of field position, they scored it very easily. Once again, Drew Buckley is back to receive, standing around the 40-yard line. The Wreckers will punt from inside their own 15. Tied at 7, second quarter. We played a very good game so far. Fumbled, has to run, and he dumped it off, and it's tipped. And they recover inside the 5-yard line. So the Falcons will take over after a little bit of a botched snap. He tried to just shovel it out to anybody. It was tipped away, loose, and we'll see where they spot the ball. It should be somewhere at least inside the 10. Wow, what a turn of events. Ludlow was able to get it, and they're going to get great field position. They come out for their 4th possession of the day offensively. The Falcons will take over from the 28. So because they didn't score, they'll take over from the 28, 1st down and 10. The handoff, and a new running back checks into the game. It's Manny Capellas, and he'll get a few yards on the ground in a 7-7 ball game, ending or nearing the end of the first half. Sets up from the shotgun. The backfield empties. Complete to the near side. It's caught by Buckley. He'll get a good amount of yardage. They're inside the 25 down to the 22 or 23. So on the 23-yard line, the Falcons, who need to get to about the 18, complete off to the far side, and Imo slips and dives. He'll get a 1st down. He caught it, lost his footing, but was able to dive forward. They will give him the 1st down. The chain gang starts to move, and Ludlow is now into the red zone in a 7-7 ball game here in Week 1 of the FCFL regular season. From the shotgun, a running back and 3 receivers to the near side. Handoff, he lost a lot of room. This is going to be at least a yard loss in the backfield. They tried to get Capellas to gain a few yards, but he was stuffed because he got the ball in a very weird position. The Wreckers line was able to break through very easily. It is a loss of 2, so 2nd down and 12 for the Falcons. Second down and 12. Back to throw. Complete near side. And diving forward, maybe a little short. It looked like a Nimo over on that far side. It wasn't. It was Drew Smith. It'll be 3rd down and just a few yards to convert for the Falcons, who have not scored since the opening possession of the game. An odd formation now. You've got 3 backs. One of them is Buckley. He's in position to take the snap. Instead, it goes to Denham Feldman, who is forward and maybe a 1st down. It looked like it was close enough, and it is. The referee's very easy to signal. It may be 1st and goal if he was inside the 10. It is. So now 1st down and goal. Ludlow's got 4 tries to put it in the end zone. get that lead right back for the first time since they scored on the opening possession of the day. Three running backs. The direct snap to Feldman. He will be pushed forward. Maybe a yard or two if he's lucky. They're going to send two receivers to the near side. Looks like they will send Chamberlain back into the ball game. Yes, so he lines up out of the gun. He'll take it, throw it. It is complete to Smith, and he's just a yard short, so they're going to be right on the doorstep of the end zone for third down and goal. Great catch by Drew Smith, and he dove forward, maybe put him on the one, but wasn't quite near the end zone yet. The signal that we have a minute left in this quarter, so Ludlow has the chance to score and take a lead into halftime. Try and shock the Wreckers here in week number 1. Generally, Staples known as one of the bigger football powerhouses. Right down the middle, it's Drew Smith. Drew Buckley into the end zone, and the Falcons take the 13-7 lead. So they lead it with inside a minute to go in the half. They'll go for the PAT, but the Falcons with the lead. Set to kick it, Nolan Izzo back out for his second extra point attempt of the day. He made the first. Snap on the way, the hold down. The kick is up and splits the uprights. So a 14-7 lead. The Wreckers will have inside a minute to try and tie this game up. It's 14-7. Fairfield and Westport, a really good matchup that we've gotten to see here in week 1. Fairfield is going to host St. Joe's next week. Believe it'll be Saturday and believe it'll be here. Armentano and Manna both back to return for the Wreckers. It is a little bit of a squib. It's Armentano down the middle, cutting to the near side, has some room, loses footing past the 20, past the 25, and just short of the 30-yard line. Great return by Armentano. He was just short of the 30, so the Wreckers will have to go about 70 yards down the field to try and tie up this game before the break. It has certainly been a good one, and we're glad you're with us on the FCFL Digital Network. Back to throw, play fake, and batted down. Off the line came Jack Morrison, put two hands up and brought one ball down. So it's second down and 10 for Staples. Or for Westport, rather. Both teams scoring on their opening drive. Ludlow scoring just a few moments ago, putting it in and now leading 14-7. Shotgun formation, Armentano. The play fake, he'll run it himself. Past the 30, a few-yard gain. A little bit of chippiness up on the line. And they're going to call it a gain of 2. Claps, takes the snap, pressure coming, airs it to the near side. Can he beat him? No, it's batted down. What a great defensive effort by Drew Smith. Covered his man perfectly. And it's 4th down. They're going to punt it away. Falcons a chance to potentially get it. They botched it again. It was nearly blocked. Somebody may have gotten a piece of it. The fair catch by Buckley, and they're going to get it just inside the 40. So at the tail end of this half, the Falcons a chance to make it a 2-possession game. Apparently 2:55 remaining in the half. The time has been all messed up. And maybe next week we'll get a clock to really have the time for you. From the gun, takes the snap, the backfield empties, airs it far side, it is complete. Drew Smith had a lot of grass in front of him, but was hit out of bounds just inside the 45. And so a first down. Ludlow's got plenty of time to try and not tie, but take the lead here. Expand that lead before the half. From the gun, back to throw. Here's it near side, and it was almost intercepted. Just through the hands of the record defender on the near side. Oh, and he's going to kick himself after that. So 2nd down and 10. Ball is on the 47. Back to throw, the backfield empties, aired incomplete. Just at the feet of Drew Buckley on the near side. He was wide open and would have had a lot of room to go, but he turned his back and it was a little bit in front of him. The pass from Chamberlain was just off. Back to throw, dumps it off to the far side. Caught by Feldman. If he got back to the line of scrimmage, that would be a success. Maybe gained a yard. See where they spot it. But he got out of bounds. So 4th down, they do go for it. They rarely punt. Three receivers sent to the near side. The lone receiver, Smith, is off to the right of the quarterback, Chamberlain. I beg your pardon, to the left. Back to throw. Ducks out of pressure. More pressure coming. Airs it, and it's incomplete. Dropped by Jack Morrison. He had tight coverage and almost caught that ball, but it goes right through his hands. So a turnover on downs. That is the second for the Falcons today. And the Wreckers will take the field with the ball on the 46. Ball's on the 46. Wreckers 1st and 10. Have to move with inside 3 minutes left in this half. Takes the snap. Back to throw. Airing down the side. It is caught. It's a foot race. Eddie's gone. Touchdown. What a pass by Harriet. And it ties up the ball game late in the half. (14-13). Fairfield leading Westport. We've got ourselves a really good ball game. Wreckers will attempt their second extra point of the day. Showstack to kick. And he's got it. So we are tied. And it looks like that may be the way the half ends. 14-14. Both of these teams with identical score lines. Couple of first quarter touchdowns and a touchdown in the second. And now it's all tied up. Tied at 14. Fairfield Staples. Good old rivalry game. We're set to kick off from the 40. Lines up, boots, couple of guys back to receive. It's going to be Buckley to take it from the near side, up the gut, past the 20, cuts. A couple of yards past the 20, call it the 23 or 4. As the Falcon offense comes out to try and deliver a late half touchdown. Chamberlain sets up. Feldman in the backfield with him. 3 receivers wide to the near side, one to the near side, rather 3 to the far side. Complete. He's got some running room. Feldman past the 25. He was pushed out of bounds. There was a flag, though, and the referee's converging. They're going to set this ball up on what appears to be the 13-yard line. Not much Ludlow can do unless they can get a big pass. This is a pretty big pass. Caught on the near side. Good grab by Luca Iannone. Got 2 feet in bounds, made sure of it. And it's good enough for a first down. I beg your pardon, it's good enough for a second down and maybe 10. They did lose a lot on that first play. Back to throw. Pressure coming. He's hit. Drop the football. Wait a second, though. They're arguing whether it's a fumble or an incomplete pass. He was grabbed by the neck. Surprised there was no flag. It's going to be Wrecker football and a chance for them to take the lead into the half. A half that Ludlow has really driven most of. They're going to call it a sack. So that means the Ludlow offense gets to remain on the field. They were originally saying it was a fumble. Now it's an incomplete pass. So Ludlow's offense should remain on the field. And they do. So the traditional setup with Feldman in the backfield and Chamberlain running the show. 3 receivers out to the far side. Steps out of pressure into a nice open pass. It is caught and run out of bounds is Luke Lasiza. First catch he's had today. They're in a little bit of a hurry-up offense. I'm not sure if the clock stopped. It should have. And Chamberlain has really performed very, very well, considering it's his first official game with a lot of these guys. He's done tremendous so far. A wonderful pass and a great run by Luke Lasiza. Once again, Feldman in the backfield, 3 receivers out to the far side. They go near side again. Lasiza stayed in bounds and was run out before the 30. The question is, did he get the first down? And they are going to say he did not. So second down and short. Ball is on the 34. Ball on the 34-yard line. Chamberlain from the gun. Joined to the backfield by Feldman, who turns into a blocker. Pressure coming. Hit as he throws. In the air and nearly intercepted. Beyond the reach of Charlie Iannone. No relation to Luke. But he had it. Turned his head over his shoulder, looked up, and it was just beyond the reach of his arm. And boy, would that have thrown a wrench into the Falcons' offensive plans if he had changed possession. From the 34-yard line, it's 3rd down and 3. In the backfield, takes the snap, back to throw, airs it, it's complete. A great grab by Anaimo. He's got a lot of running room, and he is out inside the 5. Mike Anaimo dodging tacklers all over the place. There is an injured Wrecker. No, there's an injured Falcon. It's Drew Buckley, and he's being walked off, but he is walking off himself. He may not be back for the rest of this half, but at least he was able to produce really, really well while he was in the game. So Buckley is gone, but Ludlow, the Falcons, are driving here. First down, and they're going to call a goal. No, it is first down and 10. In the shotgun, a complete quick pass to the far side, and it was incomplete. Beyond the hands of Drew Smith. It was a real bullet pass, but he couldn't quite get it. So it'll be second down. Not a lot of time remaining in this first half. FCFL week number 1. Chamberlain in the shotgun. He's going to run it to the near side. Hit. Evades the hit. There's a flag on the play. Just barely got rid of it. That may go against the Wreckers and give the Falcons some extra yardage. It's going to go against Ludlow. They're moving the ball back, which means it's second down and long. Oh, wow, this is going to be second and really long. Ball's all the way back on the 31-yard line. Wow. So Chamberlain in the shotgun. Just a few seconds to go. Feldman, they're going to dump it off for Buckley. It's not going anywhere. Not a lot of time remaining in this half. You're on the FCFL Digital Network. We'll have a live stream for you next week. Ludlow is going to host St. Joe's unless otherwise noted, and you know there will be a million schedule changes before then. But Ludlow will host St. Joe's. So third down and a ways to go. They basically got to score a touchdown if they want to convert here. Back to throw. Chamberlain, a lot of pressure, steps up and throws, and it is just beyond the reach of the wide receiver, Micah Nimo. He had no chance to get it. Great coverage in the end zone. And so it's fourth down. No, it's a turnover on downs. They had it wrong on the dial-a-down. And the Wreckers come back out onto the field. Probably the last possession of the first half. And they're going to use a timeout. We'll take one, too, back in a bit. Back on the FCFL Digital Network. We're tied at 14. Nolan Izzo's going to attempt a field goal late in this first half. It's on the way. It is short. Just barely. And what an attempt by Nolan Izzo. He was close. But instead, it's halftime, and we're tied. Izzo had a chance to take the lead at the very end, but no. We're tied. We head to the second half, and we'll take a break. Be back in just a bit.